Hello ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NDTV. With just a week to go for the high-stakes assembly polls in Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal unveiled his 15 guarantees on Monday, promising to implement them in the next 5 years if Aam Aadmi Party is re-elected to power. Centered around jobs, the AAP manifesto has promised a monthly financial support of 2,100 for women, Sanjeevani Yojana for senior citizens, waiving off outstanding hiked water bills, and also supply of clean drinking water to every household in the national capital. BJP on Saturday released its third and final part of the party manifesto, with Home Minister Amit Shah himself promising ownership rights in 1,700 unauthorized colonies and free treatment of people up to 5 lakh under the Ayushman scheme, which he said will be implemented in the first cabinet itself. Is competitive welfare the only electoral pitch that is setting the agenda for Delhi polls? That's what we ask tonight. Joining us now is Anmol Panwar of the Aam Aadmi Party, and we also have Neoma Gupta of the BJP. Thank you both of you for joining me on this broadcast. To you, Ms. Gupta, first, the BJP has reiterated that it will continue existing welfare schemes that have been introduced by Aam Aadmi Party, and it has in fact promised new measures to improve the welfare agenda. And you're not calling them reveries anymore. Is that a corrective action that you have mindfully taken, considering welfare has become in some ways inevitable to every election campaign? And also, is it probably a lesson that you've also learned from the Lok Sabha elections, the mandate that came for the BJP with a reduced number?
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for having me, and good evening to Amol, sir. So basically, we are talking about the difference between BJP and other parties, especially AAP. Let me tell you the most important one, and this will explain things at a multiple level. That Mr. Modi used to use the term bravery for freebies given by multiple parties in different states, and the key difference is intent, which means that the Jan Kalyan schemes have to include both the monetary support as well as the policies to ensure economic growth. Like, look at the multiple schemes of the central government enacted, like the PM Swanidhi, the Stand Up India, there's the PM Vishwakarma scheme, the Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme. When it comes to AAP, the main problem is that AAP fails to understand that the difference between BJP operates and them operate is that, have you ever seen BJP fight an election so desperately only on freebies? We give welfare schemes, but also focus on development, cautious of basic things like revenue deficit, financial situations that can get out of hand if mismanaged, which we see here. And the difference between bravery and Sashaktikaran is, bravery is when you make a promise after for a desperate bid to win elections, and Sashaktikaran is when you work to empower citizens using multiple avenues of growth such as infrastructure, financial aid, and overall development of the local as well as national framework. I mean, if you look at it a little more like Punjab, since we are obviously will hold AAP accountable as the incumbent party in Delhi and compare it with the only other government they have in power, 1,000 rupees a month to women, not done. Regularization of over 35,000 contractual employees, not done. Incentive of 1,500 per acre for farmers adopting direct seeding of rice, not done. Reintroduction of the old pension scheme, not done. So the intention is not there. I mean, there's a failure of complete governance. You look at the condition of roads, you look at the air we are breathing, the Yamuna, there's nothing which is working sensibly in Delhi. To hold this as a capital of Delhi and in 10 years shake the basic fundamentals on which we are living is not fair. So to come up with schemes, I would also like to question the economic viability of the AAP government, because if I'm not mistaken...
Let me get a comment from Anmol also. Anmol, the fact that Aam Aadmi Party had to promise something for all sections of people, from granthis to priests, and also a special manifesto for the middle class, is that a sign that corruption allegations or even charges that the party has not been able to work on a vision to develop Delhi as a world-class city, something that Neoma has also been talking about, that, be it pollution or, for that matter, encroachments or infra needs, these are certain things that the Aam Aadmi Party has not been able to meet as much as one would have expected it to. Is that a concern for you, people, despite the fact that you have a chief ministerial face and that the fact that welfare still remains, probably the most important pivotal point of your campaign?
Vasudha ji, over the last decade, we have demonstrated that we have worked tirelessly for the people of Delhi and demonstrated what it means to lead with honesty and integrity. We are the only government who have delivered on every front we have promised, except 3, which our leader has honestly admitted. that we need some time to work on Yamuna to provide clean water to Delhi and to build roads of European standards, although we have built 10,000 kilometers of new roads. And today we have announced 15 guarantees to the people of Delhi, laying the foundation for the next 5 years of governance. And unlike the other parties who make hollow promises, we make guarantees which are our solid commitments. And the BJP spokesperson Neoma Gupta very honestly admitted today that even she is against freebies. She is echoing the sentiments of what Mr. Narendra Modi has once said, that he is a staunch critic of freebie model. What their own leader Ramesh Biduri has said, कि चुनाव के बाद बस यात्रा बंद कर दी जाएगी. What their first manifesto, first Sankalp Patra, very clearly stated that they'll stop Mohalla clinic services in Delhi. What their second Sankalp Patra said that they will they'll end the free education which the students of Delhi are receiving in the government schools. And even their own central minister recently admitted that free electricity 24/7 must be stopped. So the Bharatiya Janata parties, if unfortunately the BJP comes to power, they will stop all the services. While on the other hand, we have promised the people of Delhi, although as per the central government data, Delhi has the least unemployment. Our unemployment rate is 2%, while the national unemployment rate is 6%. But we will still ensure that everyone gets employment opportunities in Delhi.
Okay.
Our second commitment is 2,100 rupees per month to the women of
So
Delhi.
we know the commitments,
Our third
Anmol. Let me ask this
commitment is
question to
that we'll build
Neoma.
world-class roads.
So it's
Our
basically
fourth
the
commitment
battle of
is-
guarantees. But how confident is the BJP of taking its guarantees to, the urban poor, which has remained in some ways the most important vote bank for Arvind Kejriwal? Is the BJP finally speaking the language that the urban poor understand, because the party has been trying to come to power in Delhi for the last 27 years? Why is it that this time you see an opportunity?
Okay, so ma'am, just to say to Amol sir, please don't misunderstand what I said. There was a fundamental difference between reveries and welfare scheme. I'll re-enunciate it for you if there's a problem in being in understanding. That's not an issue. Ma'am, when it comes to the BJP, they have done a lot for the middle class over the past years. I'll just give you a few examples to reiterate what I'm saying. Over the past decade, more than 25 crores Indians have transitioned out of poverty and they've become the new middle class. And who do you think is taking center stage in India's phenomenal recent progress in sports, startup, space, exploration, technology? It's this very middle class. India has had a massive jump just in the Global Innovation Index. It was 81 in 2015 and 40 in 2023, which is because of schemes like the 10,000 labs established in schools under the Atal Innovation Program. It's phenomenal. Okay, like a simple one, I'll just give you an example. The Awas Yojana, which was recently the 2.0 version, which gives financial assistance to like a 1 crore urban population. So there are a lot of schemes which have been done. In fact, Mr. Kejriwal's sudden announcement of the middle class manifesto really is proof of what he really thinks about it. I would really like them to tell me one or two things they have done directly for the middle class. As I mentioned earlier, there are no clean roads. There's no clean water. These are basic amenities which are failing every class of the population. So for them to come at the nth moment, announce schemes and segregate us doesn't make sense. I mean, if they really cared for the people and other vulnerable communities, but the areas like supposing the ones which are dominated with the EWS population, they're living in the worst conditions. Look at Burari, look at Timarpur, look at Seelampur.
Okay.
I mean, they claim over here to stand for Deshbhakti and principles and equality, but they rake up caste politics and religious rhetoric right before the elections.
Okay.
So their intentions, as I said earlier, are malafide.
Okay. Anmol, the fact that Aam Aadmi Party had to come out with a special manifesto for the middle class, is it also a sign that the party has not been able to, in some ways address the aspirations of the middle class, in some ways also provide the kind of quality of life they were hoping for in the capital city, while you were completely focused on welfare schemes and probably improving the lives of poor, but the middle class stands completely ignored? Is that a feeling? Is that why the party came up with a middle class, with a manifesto exclusively for middle class?
Vasudha ji, middle class has been a victim of tax terrorism. We have seen that no other party in the history of this country has ever thought about middle class of this country. It is only Arvind Kejriwal which provided them world-class education facilities, which provided them 24/7 free electricity, free education, free world-class healthcare facilities, and that is why we announced this Sanjeevani Yojana, wherein every person, whether poor class, middle class or upper class, they'll get free medical services. The government will cover all the cost in not just government but in private hospitals as well. We are the ones who are providing free bus rides for the women. We are empowering the women. We are investing in human resource so that this middle class can rise up, so that they can get opportunities. We do not waive off loans of 16 lakh crores of the Punjipatis. There are two models in Delhi. One is Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi model, where we empower the Aam Aadmi of this country, and on the other hand is the BJP's Punjipati model, wherein they slash the corporate tax from 30% to 22%, wherein they waive off 50,000 crores of loans of their friends. और इसीलिए इन्हें दिक्कत होती है. That is why they are against freebies. That is why they are openly declaring their intent to stop the freebies. They have no narrative, they have no agenda, they have no vision, they have no CM face. The only thing they can do is criticize Arvind Kejriwal, abuse Arvind Kejriwal. उसके अलावा ये बताएं ना, what have they done for the people of Delhi?
Okay,
they have not given 10 lakh jobs.
Completely out of time. Thank you both of you for joining me on this broadcast. It's clearly welfare versus welfare.
Jobs. They have not built 10.
Okay, as Aam Aadmi Party releases party's manifesto today featuring 15 guarantees, and BJP of course hitting out at the Aam Aadmi Party, claiming that most of its promises remain unfulfilled. We have to wait and see what happens on the 5th of February, which is when Delhi votes.